Welcome to the Higher Ed Podcast. I'm Andrea Backman, president of Strayer University. This podcast is about work, careers, and economic mobility. In this episode, I talk with Byron Garrett, a true Renaissance man with deep roots in education, government, and business. Byron has valuable insights on finding mentors and building careers that he wants to share with you. This is Higher Ed. So you had some phenomenal mentors in your career. Yes. I think a lot of people agree that success in life has a lot to do with the people you surround yourself with, but that mentorship and finding people who will help you think about progress for yourself is super important. So talk about if those were just, they happened to you or you made those mentorships happen, or what was that like?
It was a yes and. It wasn't an either or. It was really both. And what I mean by that is, so for example, Stedman Graham is a long-term mentor and now professional friend and colleague. I was involved in a youth program called Junior Achievement. Mm-hmm. He was on the national board. We were at the event. In the middle of his speech, he says, everybody should have mentees and people that they're supporting and giving back. So I walked up right afterwards and said, hi, Mr. Graham, I'm your new mentee, and introduced myself. And he's like, excuse me? I said, you just said everyone should have a mentor and they should have a mentee. And here I am. He was like, Byron, I live in Chicago. I said, I know, but your business partner is based in High Point, which is where I go to undergrad, and I know you fly there quite often. So anytime you make your way back to High Point or in that particular region, I will make my way to get to wherever it is that you are. I can't get a flight to Chicago as of yet, but if you're back in High Point doing something, and literally his office reached out about 6 months later and said, hey, he's going to be at this Crosby golf tournament in Winston-Salem. Would you like to connect with him? I said, yes, I want to buy him breakfast. And as we sit down, he says to me, he's like, why did you say breakfast? I said, because I knew that I probably could afford breakfast, and you may decide to order a very expensive steak or seafood, which I could not afford as a college student. He was like, but I'm your mentor, so I would be covering the expense. I said, my parents always told me, you never make that assumption. Mm-hmm. And you always offer kindness before it's shown to you.
That's a great story.
Thank you much. I appreciate it.
To hear more of my interview with Byron Garrett and other fascinating guests, listen to Higher Ed wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check out Higher Ed on Strayer University's YouTube channel.